don't know if I'm live right now. Oh, what? YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Crypto J coming at you guys with yet another J Talks Crypto. If you're brand new to my channel, hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification. Do my best every day to give you guys the topics in cryptocurrency. This is my first time today, guys, that I'm streaming across all three platforms. I'm using Streamlabs literally for the first time, so bear with me here. YouTube, what's up? Eduardo, thank you for showing some support to the channel, bro. But yeah, guys, first time streaming on Streamlabs today, so don't know what's going to happen with this. Some of you guys are tuning in on Instagram, some of you guys are tuning in on X, and some of you guys on YouTube. So yeah, Papa, what's up? Yo, okay, so today is going to be our Tuesday live, guys. You know, we go live every Tuesday, every Thursday, normally on YouTube. But again, I'm starting to do it across all three platforms now. So we're going to talk about buying crypto today. We're going to talk about downloading your Phantom wallet or your MetaMask. We're going to talk about also how you guys can get involved in meme coins and how you guys can make a ton of money. We're going to talk about Bitcoin and we're going to talk about meme coins, of course, guys. We're talking about it all. So for you guys that are just getting started, I like to make my videos very noob friendly, very for the beginner, because I was once a beginner and I've been in the game for a long time now. And I know how frustrating it is to watch everybody else doing stuff and you watching things pump and not even knowing how to buy them. So I really want to make this video for you guys that are watching today so that you guys can ask me questions and help get those things answered. So yeah, so first thing you guys want to do if you're going to be buying any meme coin, right, or any cryptocurrency, really, you're going to want to buy it off of, at least I buy it off of Coinbase or crypto.com. So that's the first thing that you want to do. If you're going to be buying coins that are going to be on the Solana blockchain, then you're going to want to buy Solana. And if you're going to want to buy coins that are on the Ethereum blockchain, then you got to buy Ethereum. So just know that. And then after you do that, you're going to want to move it onto a wallet. So you're either going to want to use a Phantom wallet or a MetaMask if you're trading into Solana coins. I love Phantom wallet. It's reliable. That's what I use. There's other Solana wallets. You can use any Solana wallet that you want, but you just want to make sure that whatever wallet you're sending your coins to is going to be a good wallet, because if you're sending your coins to a wallet that can't support your coins, then there's a good chance that your coins are going to get lost. And in cryptocurrency, guys, there is no customer support. You can't just hit up Crypto J and just be like, hey, Crypto J, like, I just messed up. Can you give me a refund? It's like, no, there's no technical support, guys. This is decentralized finance. So that means any mistakes that you make are your mistakes. Make sure that when you send cryptocurrency from Coinbase to your wallet, whatever it is, whether, again, if it's Solana, then it will be Phantom wallet. If it's on Ethereum, it'll be like MetaMask. And you could actually use a lot more blockchains on MetaMask. But again, when I trade Solana, I do it on Phantom. And then when you go to buy your meme coins, you're either going to buy them off of a centralized exchange. So this is an option that a lot of people don't really take into consideration, especially when sometimes I talk about like Ethereum based coins and stuff on the channel. They're like, oh, the transaction fees are so high. Well, one thing that you can do is you can go on a centralized exchange and you can buy this coin. And the difference between a centralized exchange and a decentralized exchange is basically centralized exchanges have liquidity on the platform. It's on the platform. A decentralized exchange, it's like you're putting your money in and everything is going through the blockchain. It's transacting right out to you, but the exchange itself doesn't really hold anything. So the centralized exchange is good because you can just get in there, you can buy the coin, you don't have to worry about spending Ethereum in order to buy it. So you can just get into the trade, it's usually just a couple dollars on the centralized exchange. But some coins are very early. Like some of the coins that I talk about on the channel, they're so early that they're not on any centralized exchanges. And maybe you like those type of coins. Those are the type of coins that are going to give you the big gains, the big like 300, 400% gains, even like 1,000% gains. Those are going to be coins that are before they get on the centralized exchange, right? You want to be ultimately, you want to be as early as possible in cryptocurrency on a project. So you want to get in on something that's as ground floor as possible. There are pre-launches. I don't like pre-launches. They tend not to go well. I like to try to be early on a project, but I try to get good entry points and I try to get out of there. So that's one thing that I definitely try to do. Yeah, so once you buy on your centralized exchange, you could store. I like to store my cryptocurrency on a wallet. I don't like to store my cryptocurrency on a centralized exchange, and that's because something like Coinbase would be a centralized exchange, right? You can buy your crypto right there, and then you could keep it right there and you're on Coinbase. But the thing with that that I don't like about it is just because when cryptocurrency gets volatile, it's very common for these platforms to just go down, and then you can't sell your stuff. You're stuck with it. You can't do anything. And the good thing is, if you don't have your coins on a centralized exchange, if you keep them in your wallet, one, you own them, right? They can't shut down or go out of business and be like, hey, I don't know what happened to your coins. Your coins are actually on a wallet. Some people like to use hard wallets also, or cold wallets. They like to have storage devices. Basically, it's like a USB that you can plug in and you can keep your crypto right on that USB. There's pros and cons to that. People swear by that, but I don't know that that's the best thing, especially for somebody like me, because I'm very forgetful, right? And even something like seed phrases and stuff like that, that is something that you're going to have to keep track of. So, when you set up any kind of wallet, like a Phantom wallet or a MetaMask, you're going to get a seed phrase. And that's like your combo. That's like your master code into your wallet. You never want to give that out to anybody, and you never want to lose that. That's something that you're going to need. So always make sure that you got your seed phrases, and don't just send them to your email and send them to places like that, because it's really not safe. Honestly, like, you got to figure out a safe place. I don't tell people where I keep my stuff and stuff like that, but I will tell you this. One thing that I do to keep my cryptocurrency safe, and I know a lot of people talk about safety in cryptocurrency, probably the most important thing, and again, not financial advice, of course, but I try not to keep my cryptocurrency all in one place. I'll keep some of my crypto maybe on Coinbase. I'll keep some of my crypto in a wallet. I'll keep some of my crypto on crypto.com. That way, if one of my accounts is compromised, it's not like all of my accounts are compromised, and I can just, make that money back trading, because that's what I do. I'm Crypto J. I make money trading. So, yeah. And if you want to make money trading, guys, it's really not that hard. I try to make these videos as user friendly as possible. I create content on a daily basis, and I do these lives every Tuesdays and Thursdays just to make it as easy as possible for you guys. And a lot of people also wanting to know what's going on with Bitcoin, because again, Bitcoin coming in at 69,000 a day. You guys, maybe if you're new to cryptocurrency, or maybe if you're just watching this and you're not really tuned into the market, Bitcoin is pretty close to a new all-time high. But again, guys, we talked about the fact that Bitcoin is not creating the healthiest pattern right now, right? This shoulder, head, shoulder is something that is a bearish pattern, and that could also create some sell-off. And I tell you guys that because I want you to know also that you could make money on the way down in cryptocurrency the same way you can make money on the way up. You can make money on the way down by shorting the market. To do that, you would have to be on a platform like KuCoin or something like that that would allow you to short the market. Again, you're not going to be able to short the market on a Dex, right? I can't just go on something like Radium or something like that, which is a Solana Dex, and go trade leverage or go short the market. And again, I'm not telling you to short the market. I'm telling you I am short on the market, but I'm not telling you to go out and short the market. I'm just saying, like, if you wanted to, make money also on shorts, because believe it or not, guys, some people make all of their money in stocks and in crypto off of short opportunities. And actually, Warren Buffett had a quote that was, in your lifetime, you'll find more companies that are overvalued than that are undervalued. And that's pretty powerful, especially in something like cryptocurrency, because a lot of these coins are overvalued. And if you can spot that, if you could be like, you know what, I don't see why this is a top 10 cryptocurrency. This thing's not pumping with Bitcoin. It's kind of going to die. Like, it's probably going to drop. This pattern doesn't look that good. Maybe, hey, you might be making some money on, you might want to consider making some money on the way down. But again, guys, it's not financial advice. I don't want you guys to look at me and be like, hey, Crypto Jay's my financial advisor. I'm just the homie Crypto Jay, guys. I'm just the homie Crypto Jay. So whatever you do with your money, just know that it's risky. I don't like to trade with leverage just because I've seen a lot of people get wrecked trading with leverage. I watch people trade into trades like this that were short on Bitcoin in times of volatility, and I've also watched them be liquidated. The biggest liquidation that I've ever seen happen in my life was for $5 million, and some of you guys were in the Telegram when that happened. Somebody was shorting Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was looking kind of funky, and then Bitcoin ended up taking off, right? Because it was just too volatile. It took off. Guy got liquidated for like $5 million, and he was ghosting the Telegram, guys. Don't do that to yourselves. You don't need to spend a lot of money in cryptocurrency to make a lot of money. All you got to do is just put maybe like 20, 10, $15 in there. Like, you really don't need to put a bag into cryptocurrency, guys, and to meme coins at least. I personally like to keep money in Bitcoin because Bitcoin tends to be a good investment over time. As you guys could see, the all-time chart, if I look at the all-time logarithmic, this is Bitcoin since 2010, right? This is how Bitcoin has kind of went. And people have been talking about the fact that, oh, Bitcoin has, this bear cycle and stuff like that. And there are times where again, I can't deny that, we're in a bear market for 4 years. That's a bear market, right? But if you look at Bitcoin, right, it's been overall a bull market. Like, there are small pullbacks, but overall Bitcoin is just melting faces, right? Like, I remember when Bitcoin hit $100. I remember when Bitcoin hit $1,000. I remember when Bitcoin hit $1. Like, I've watched this coin for so long that I'm confident in Bitcoin. So I would have my money in Bitcoin. I'm not going to talk about where my money's at, but I would have my money in Bitcoin. That's just me personally. I'm confident in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is really the confidence measure in the market. If you guys go on CoinMarketCap, this is a good resource that you guys should have. You could monitor everything on CoinMarketCap. The Bitcoin's entire market cap right here sitting at $1.3 trillion. The entire market cap of the entire cryptocurrency sitting at $2.59 trillion. And you could really look at every single coin, and you could look at this fear greed index too. Look, the fear greed index coming in at 79% right now. That's extremely high for Bitcoin. First of all, I've seen this thing at 6%. Like, in times of like the bear market when we're down, significantly, it has been down to like 6%. And historically, guys, that's been the best time to buy Bitcoin. The best time to buy Bitcoin is when it's on sale. And in my opinion, I think that we're going to have a bigger sale on Bitcoin. Now, I've been saying that since 71,000, and I know it's not a popular thing to say when Bitcoin's looking bad, that it's looking bad when you're in the space, but I'm honest, guys, because again, I can make money on the way down, and actually have been making money on the way down. But in my opinion, there might be more money to be made on the way down. Again, we talked about this shoulder, head, shoulder. Where did we see this play out? It played out right here. Look, shoulder, head, shoulder. Right here, this was a bearish pattern that sent Bitcoin down. And that's what we're seeing overall on this 1 month chart, right? Look, overall, this is a shoulder, this is a head, and this is a possible another shoulder that we're seeing on Bitcoin. This could be a breakdown, and we know that Bitcoin is heading into our halving in just 10 days. This guy giving us a friendly reminder just 4 hours ago that Bitcoin is going to be having its halving. And look, we're already creating a bull flag also on the 1 day, or a bear flag on the 1 day. This is also a bearish indicator. Where did we see this breakdown? Let's find it. Let's find times and instances where that bear flag is broken down. Something like this, right? This flagpole right here. Then it creates this flag, and then it has a significant drop in price. This is what we're kind of seeing happen here, right? We're creating this flagpole, and we're starting to create this flag, and this could indicate that we're going to have a retest of some of these lower supports, right? So every time Bitcoin touches a number more than once and it bounces off, we call that support. Whenever it reaches an area of like, well, we call it resistance, but whenever it reaches an area where it's like had a hard time breaking out of that price, it will sometimes create resistance. And we'll talk about support and resistance a lot in other videos. We're really going to break down like how to trade and get like really into the nitty gritty of it. But I just kind of want you guys to know what I'm looking at from like layman's terms, and just from in terms of like somebody that would be like new to crypto or new to stocks and like doesn't know how to read this chart at all. Because guys, once you learn how to read a chart, it's kind of like reading a book or riding a bike. You're just going to know how to do it, and it's not going to look as intimidating to you. But when you first get started with it, it's kind of like, I don't know. And also, you have to keep in mind too, guys, that you can use all the indicators in the world, which we will teach you how to use pretty much every single indicator. But you can use all the indicators in the world, but nobody could predict the market, guys. Ain't nobody out here predicting the market. So just understand that, and Bitcoin could really go either way. But I did want it to just weigh in on the Bitcoin stuff, because again, I know a lot of people are curious to see what's going to happen with Bitcoin. They want to know my prediction, but guys, just understand that that is just what it is. It's just a prediction, and it's just based off of indicators that are available to all of us that we all use, right? So I'm just using those indicators. And again, one indicator that I look for is patterns, right? And this is not a good pattern for Bitcoin right now. It's not a good situation. And I know a lot of people on the side of this little coin market cap are very bullish on the situation, but as an experienced trader, this doesn't really look very hot. But again, it's good because I could be short on the market right now if I feel like the market's going to go down, and I can make money on the way down. And then I could, once I cash out my position, I could lock in some more Bitcoin, which is ultimately the goal. Because in my opinion, guys, I do think that Bitcoin is going to see some higher highs. If you really look at this all-time chart for Bitcoin, this is look like a possible bull flag. But again, we're up 50% this month, and things that go up, guys, they got to come down. These charts have to correct. Bitcoin's not going to be a straight line, even though I would love Bitcoin to be a straight line, man. If I could just put my money in Bitcoin, it would just go like this. That would be amazing, but it just doesn't work like that, guys. Markets are volatile, and if anything, it gives you a better opportunity if you like projects and stuff like that that are meme coins or that are blue chips or whatever, that you can buy those. And we'll talk about blue chips also. Again, that's a video for another video. But there's a lot of terminology, so don't feel overwhelmed, guys. Just take it a day at a time. Don't get too frustrated when you're trading too, and just understand that in this game you're going to lose money. Okay, I want you guys to all understand that in trading you're going to lose money. You're not going to always win. So you have to understand that, but you also have to regulate your greed too. Like, not every day is a day that you need to be taking trades. And I know some of you guys really need to hear that, because it's real. So you could really liquidate your account very fast by just taking trades all day, every day. You don't need to do that. Again, the people that tend to do the best in the market are people that dollar cost average. And dollar cost average means just buying thing when it's on sale, including Bitcoin, especially Bitcoin. As a matter of fact, Bitcoin is the best performing asset class that I've ever seen. And it's something that I am comfortable buying the dip on, because I feel like, again, Bitcoin is a finite supply and it's not going to be around forever. So the thing to do in life, in my opinion, in my lifetime, I feel like, and I've been feeling this way since even before this channel started, like, and I've been on YouTube for a long time talking about this stuff. The goal in my life right now is to accumulate Bitcoin. And if it goes cheaper, I'm gonna be buying it, and I'm gonna be talking about buying it on the dip, and people are gonna be calling me crazy. But guys, that's how you make money in cryptocurrency. You make it on the trend. When you're able to find these bottoms, and when you're able to notice people accumulating and stuff like that before things are on the news and stuff like that, that's the time to be accumulating. You know, the time to be not buying, honestly, is when Bitcoin was up 50% on the month and was coming in at 74,000. And some people were still buying that, even though the fear greed index said that we were at a 90% greed, and that we know from, well, some of us know on this channel from experience that we're not supposed to be buying things when the market is greedy. We're supposed to be fearful when the market is greedy, and we're supposed to be greedy when the market is fearful. Those are two things that you want to remember in anything, whether you're trading Forex or whether you're trading commodities, whether you're trading stocks or cryptocurrency or whatever. The time to be greedy is when everybody is being fearful. And that's very hard, right? It's almost like when you're a trader, you almost have to like do the opposite of what everybody else does. Like, literally, you're doing the opposite. Like, when all your friends are telling you, like when your uncle's telling you to buy Shiba Inu, that's when it's time to sell. because that means the price is probably going to come tumbling down. The time to accumulate is like when uh Crypto J's talking about it now, just kidding. But you know, when you're hearing people in the space that have been in the space for a long time, that know like kind of what's popping, like when you start hearing a lot of them start talking about it, then that's when you need to add it to your radar. That's when you need to add that coin to your watch list and start paying attention to it. And you got to be realistic also with market cap. Some of you guys are not realistic with your market caps, and you don't even understand how market caps work. So like Bitcoin right now is coming in at a $1.3 trillion market cap. You know, that means all the money in Bitcoin combined equals $1.3 trillion, right? In order for you to double your money, it needs to go to $2.6 trillion, which means that you buying Bitcoin right now, is it going to make you a millionaire in your lifetime? I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I do think that Bitcoin will hit $1 million in the future. I think that in this cycle, Bitcoin will probably top off between 150 and 250. But that's just my estimate. Like, that's just totally a guess. Nobody could predict the top, especially understand that nobody in this market's going to be able to tell you when the top of the market's going to be, and nobody's going to be able to tell you when the bottom of the market's going to be. All we can do is the best we can with the charts that we're given, and these charts are just human psychology. It's just histories of buys and sells. That's all it is, guys. So we just go with the trend, because in trading, guys, the trend is your friend. And again, you can make money if you decide that you want to swing trade in a time like this, or if you want to scalp or something like that. That's just like getting in really quick in and out of trades. Like maybe you're only in a trade for like an hour, or maybe you're only in a trade for like 30 minutes. You know, that's the type of people that are making money in the markets that are going on right now. It's honestly a lot of the skilled traders that are making the money right now. A lot of the other people, they're seeing red portfolios again because Bitcoin is correcting. And in my opinion, Bitcoin's going to keep correcting into the halving. And then after the halving, I think that our price is going to start picking up. And I think that by May, we're going to see some new highs for Bitcoin. But I do think that April is going to be a red month, because we just had too bullish of a month in March. It was too much greed. So in my opinion, a lot of people are going to get their hands stuck in the cookie jar. Like this guy who right here is talking about the fact he thinks that Ethereum is going to pump. Ethereum's only going to pump if Bitcoin pumps. It's very rare that you're going to see your coin take off when Bitcoin is not taking off, because Bitcoin, again, is the confidence in our market. When people see that Bitcoin's going up, they're going to want to start buying other coins, and they're going to want to, and once they start buying those other coins, you know, they're going to need things like Solana and Ethereum in order to buy those Solana and Ethereum based coins, the small cap coins that make them the big money, right? So that's why I'm accumulating things like Ethereum, like Solana, right? Because if we're going to have a meme coin super cycle, like I think we're going to have, then those are things that I'm going to need, right? I'm going to need to spend Ethereum. I'm going to need to spend Solana. And I'm not telling you what to go out and buy, because again, I'm telling you also that I think that the price is going to go down. Also, I'm not your financial advisor, but I'm telling you those are the types of projects that I'm trying to accumulate, especially on this dip. I'm buying blue chips. I'm buying Bitcoin. I'm looking to get better positions in things like Solana and Ethereum. And you know, how much I play in the meme market is very small right now, actually. Like, and when I talk about the meme market, for those of you guys who don't know, like what the meme market is, it's like market caps that are under $200 million. Those are like the tiny meme markets, and that's what people love. That's why people watch my channel, and that's why, you know, when you see me post, sometimes I'll be posting like, oh, look at this coin just went up like 250%. I told you, you know. But the reason why that is because it's such a small market cap. It's not like Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, $1.3 trillion. It's not like that. It's a coin that's at 200 million market cap, or maybe 50 million. If it's at 50 million and then it goes up to 200, you know, then you just for extra money, right? So that's good. That's what people want to do. They want to make them they want to multiply their money. But again, those types of coins, something at a 50 million market cap, can very easily go to zero. Like it could very easily go to like 50,000. Literally, I've seen it happen all the time. It happens all the time. So you have to understand that too, that in those tiny meme coin markets, that those markets are really for scalping. They're really for scalping. They're for in and out trades. especially if you're in something that has a very small market cap. There's a very small chance that you're going to catch something extremely early. And that's why I say, if you want to be extremely early, and like extremely early meaning like, oh, I'm going to get one that's going to be at a $50,000 market cap, right? If I get in on a coin and it's only 50,000 market cap, then it's going to go to 100,000, and then hey, I'm going to have doubled my money, right? So then if it goes to a million, then I'll be rich, right? That's the mentality. But also understand that that $50,000 coin can also go back down to like $1,000, because if somebody has $5,000 of that $50,000 coin, guess what? They own 10% of the entire supply right there, and that could correct the coin down. And then once that coin starts correcting, they tend to be volatile because they trigger panic sells. They also trigger bots to sell. You have to understand this, guys. When you're trading in cryptocurrency, this game has came a long way. Some of you guys are getting in on a late end, and there's a lot that has changed. There's a lot that has changed. There's bots, there's smart contracts, there's people getting in and out of these trades and funding other trades. There's scammers out here. Like, you really got to know, like, if you're going to be playing in the meme market. And that's why I said, honestly, there's no better channel to watch than my channel, because I don't know anybody else that really breaks this stuff down. Like, you guys could watch some of my more advanced videos on how to break this stuff down. This is not that. This is just me, again, going live, talking to you guys about like the basics of like the cryptocurrency and stuff like that. But again, like, you can really watch yourself get liquidated very fast playing in a tiny meme market. And it's funny because I actually had a friend of mine who came over, and our plan was to do a live stream just like this, and I wanted to help him trade $50 because he wanted to invest $50. And I was like, okay, well, it's going to be risky, if you want to invest in some memes, we could lose it, like it could go by today. He's like, yeah, I want to do this, like, I got this, I want to do this. And I was like, okay, no worries. So I showed him how to set up his Photon wallet. I showed him how to move his Solana off of Coinbase to his Photon wallet so that he can start trading. And before I could even turn around, he had already bought into a project that was a rug pull, and he lost all the money. And I haven't seen the guy since. And it was only $50, $60. But again, guys, you have to understand that first of all, you got to be checking audits. You have to check an audit. What is an audit? An audit is basically a company. This company is basically, their job is to go out and check these cryptocurrencies and to make sure that they're not scams. And if you get into a project and it hasn't been audited, you're taking a big risk on your funds, unless you know how to read the back end code and you know how to read if there's any honeypots. What's a honeypot? A honeypot is when you buy into the coin and it's written into the back of the code that you can't sell. So you'll get stuck in the trade and then you can't sell. You want to make sure through an audit that there's no honeypots. You want to make sure that they can't change the buy and sell tax on you. Sometimes they could change the buy sell tax on you. You want to make sure that the coin's not mintable, right? They can't add more coins to the supply or anything like that. You want to just check the holders too. You want to see who owns a lot of the supply. And the good thing about the blockchain, guys, you can check how to do all that stuff, guys. If you want to learn how to check contracts and know if things are scams and stuff like that, I've made maybe infinity videos about it. Check my videos tab and go look at some of those videos. Maybe every day I show you guys how to identify what coins you should be looking at and what coins that you should be afraid of. And sometimes some of these coins end up even in the trending pairs that are kind of scandalous, as far as the way that the holder count looks, and as far as the way that the audit came back, and as far as the way that some of the holders are just holding a lot of the supply. Like, again, I don't want somebody to be able to sell and have like a 90% price impact on me. So that my goal when I get into cryptocurrency projects, again, is to get into safe things, even though it's always going to be a risk, even though there's always going to be a chance that I could lose my behind because of panic selling and because of bots. I at least want to know that I'm not getting scammed, right? I want to know that what I'm buying into is not going to be like already a rigged game, right? Like, I already know it's a game. It's like you sit at the craps table, right? Like, literally, we're gambling here, guys. You're sitting at the craps table, and you're either going to show up to a craps table where you could win or lose, probably lose, or you're going to be showing up to a craps table where you're made to lose. Like, you don't want to be in a situation where it's just rigged for you to lose. So always make sure that, again, you're checking those audits, guys. It's the most important thing. Also, another thing that I like to check before I get into a cryptocurrency project is the Twitter, right? I like to check their Twitter. I like to check if they're trending on Twitter, how much reach their posts are getting, how many followers they have. That's all important information. They usually also have a website. I want to see what's going on their website. Do they have a roadmap? Does this project really have any plans? Do they plan on getting listed on any exchanges? Is any of the money that's coming into the project going to go into marketing? Right? Or are these guys doing all the marketing themselves? Like, that's stuff that I want to know, because again, it helps me know what is going to happen in the future of the coin. And that's what people look at, even in stocks, even in foreign money exchange markets. They pay attention to the news. You have to pay attention to what's going on and the things that you invest in, unless you're just scalping, right? If you're just looking for volume and trades and you're not looking to sit in a coin, then a roadmap really probably wouldn't really matter to you. But it's good to know that the project has a roadmap, because again, you know that may matter to somebody else, and that may be a reason why somebody else buys. So that, again, if you're a scalper, that might be a good sign to you also that they have a good roadmap, just for that reason. But also, again, the audit will usually be on the website. If the audit's not on the website, you can check if the project's audited on Dextools. That's a platform that I use. I make ton of videos on Dextools. It's the best resource for trading meme coins. So if you get off this video and you decide that you want to go trade some meme coins, go check out one of my Dextools videos, because Dextools is the definite best place to find those trending meme coins, guys. And that's what you have to do. You have to really monitor these markets every single day, all the time. I do it all the time. I'm checking these charts like 200 times a day, like, because you never know what's going to happen. If Bitcoin decides it wants to break out, guess what? It's going to make a lot of people millionaires in the meme coin space. And all you need, guys, is a little bit of that money to touch your hands. It's a beautiful thing. It happens to a lot of people in cryptocurrency, honestly. And I've seen it happen. Some of you guys are still waiting on your first big win, and some of you guys have already realized your first big win. Some of you guys got your first big win off of watching my channel. And it's a beautiful feeling when you get that first win. It's like you get that euphoria. You get that feeling of like, wow, I just invested in something and it actually paid off. Like, what the heck? Like, and but the most important thing is you got to take the profit, right? If you don't sell, like, then you didn't actually make the money. Like, and that's another thing for another video too. Like, a hard part is getting the gall to get out there and buy the cryptocurrency, like doing the research and having the confidence in the coin to get it. But another big thing that is very not talked about is not being greedy. I know that's crazy, but again, guys, not being greedy is one thing that will help you from getting significantly wrecked in cryptocurrency, guys. And again, this is not a space to come and over leverage and come put all your money. This is not, Bitcoin is not your bank account, dude. Like, Bitcoin is an asset class, and I don't think any financial advisor would tell you to go 100% into anything. Even though I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just saying, like, if I was to go to a financial advisor, I wouldn't trust one that would tell me to go 100% into any asset class, because everything that I've heard, and just from my perspective, a diversified portfolio is what you need to succeed in life. Like, you want to have multiple streams of income. You want to have other things that you're investing in, not just this. And you really don't want to have a lot of money in something like the meme coin space, guys. I hate to break it to you guys. I know that some of you guys watch this channel and you like, some of you guys honestly might have a gambling problem, like, to be honest with you. But like, it's not always like a thing where you got to get in there and you got to yeet all your bank account at something in order to try to make a bag, guys. It don't work like that. Like, this is not a game of instant gratification. It's really not. It's a game of patience. It's a game of discipline, and it's a game of wins and losses. If you cannot handle losses, you shouldn't be in this game. If you can't handle if you can't regulate your greed, you also should not be in this game, right? If the price keeps going up on you and you are not taking profit, that's something that you need to reevaluate your exit strategy, if you even have one. Like, do you even have an exit strategy? Do you have a take profit? Do you have a stop loss? Like, is there like, do you have that, or are you just in the market? Are you just sitting there and waiting to see what's going to happen, and then you get emotional every time the price goes up and down, when you should really be having zones of accumulation, or price points where you're taking profit, or where you're, this is my stop loss, because price could keep going down based off technical analysis, or again, if you're long on a project, if you're just somebody that just wants to buy and hold Bitcoin, again, it hasn't been that bad of a thing to do, right? Historically, the people that have bought Bitcoin when it's cheap, and the people that have just been acquiring over the years, it's been paying off for them. But again, it's not going to be like that for each and every single meme coin. Honestly, guys, I'd say 99% of things in the cryptocurrency space will probably go to zero. To be 100% honest with you, it goes back to what Warren Buffett said again at the beginning of the video, that you will find more companies in your lifetime that are overvalued than that are undervalued. That's such a real thing, guys. It's such a real thing. And it's something that you guys can use again to, one, regulate your greed, and two, change the way that you think about trading. Because again, you don't only make money on the way up, you can make money on the way down too. You can make money finding some of these coins that are overvalued, that you feel like, this is highly volatile, and that maybe this coin has already reached the most money that it could get to, and maybe I should be short on this. Maybe I should, think that this price is going to go down, make some bets that the price is going to go down. And you can make a lot of money doing that, guys. Some people, again, only make money in the market when the markets go down. They literally wait for the tops of markets so that they can get involved in the market. They're called bears. And the people that are only get in the market when things are greedy, they're called bulls, and that's just the way it is, man. That's just the way it is. So, I'm a realist. I'm somebody that believes that the trend is your friend, and I don't get married to any cryptocurrency. I mean, if there's any coin that I'm definitely married to, though, that I have to be married to, if I was to marry a coin, it would be Bitcoin. And honestly, I probably am married to Bitcoin, because I feel like it's going to go to 1 million one day, and I feel like in this cycle it's going to go to 150 or to 250. But at the same time, I know that it's going to correct. I know that Bitcoin is going to have its corrections. We talked about the fact that I even thought that we would have a 30% correction, and we've already had a 30% correction since the beginning of the month. So, but again, that was because our price was up 50% and it was looking like a freaking bubble. You have to recognize that too. When everybody's greed is like that, guys, that the shorts are going to come in. The shorts are going to come in. And you got to recognize also what's going on too. Like in this Bitcoin chart, like, why did price pump right here? Why did the price pump right here, right? We created this descending wedge. This is a bullish pattern. This is a pattern that there's a good chance the price can pump, right? And so why did the price pump and then go back down? Guys, these are all people that are long in the market. There's people that are still long in the market right here, and these people got wrecked. These people got wrecked because the market was in a bear trend, and these people got their hand stuck in the cookie jar. And that's what happens. That's why Bitcoin has its spikes up and then it drops down so fast. Those are people getting liquidated out of the market. Those are people losing their behind. And it also happens on the other way around, right? You could get liquidated if you're short on the market and people decide, hey, price going up, buddy. Guess what that means? That means you lose. So again, that's why I'm saying, like, if you're scalping, if you're just doing the swing trade thing, it's important to have a stop loss, because sometimes this price could really take off on you, go in either direction, up or down. So stop loss is something that you guys definitely want to make sure that you're using. And some of you guys don't have any stop loss, but some of you guys are just trading out of a Dex into your wallet, and that's understandable, but just recognize also that you may wake up, because you ain't got no stop loss. You may wake up and your coins is down significantly. So, but that's because you didn't want to trade on a centralized exchange, right? That's because it was too risky for you to be on a centralized exchange. That's why I say I keep stuff a little bit everywhere, right? If I want to swing trade, I do keep some stuff on a centralized exchange. If I'm like margin trading or stuff, if I want to leave some stuff open through the night, and I want to wake up in the morning and know that I'm not going to lose my whole behind, then I'll make sure that I have a stop loss or something like that. So that's really important. Some people also like to use bots. Personally, I don't really like bots. I really don't like bots, just because I don't trust a robot to handle my money. Maybe you do. There's people that do. There's people that make a lot of money trading with bots. KuCoin offers a trading bot. If you're interested in that, I'll put a link to KuCoin below. And yeah, you could use a trading bot all you want. Something that'll set the stop loss and the buy and the sell for you, and it'll just go off an algorithm. And you could even
have it copy other trading bots that are making money on KuCoin. Like I could set up a bot and I can make it mirror other bots that are winning in trades. To you, that may be something that you might want to do. I don't like to do that. But hey, AI is coming a long way. Trading bots are coming a long way. Always do your own research about trading bots, though. If you're looking into trading bots and stuff like that, a lot of scams out there, guys. There's a lot of scams out there, so be careful. But again, if you decide that you want to use a bot, I would not put all my money even into that bot. Like if I wanted to test out a bot, I would give it a money again that I don't care about losing. Ultimately, I'm only putting money into cryptocurrency that I don't care about losing. Because in all honesty, guys, some of this stuff is like buying a scratcher sticker, bro. Like recognize that. Like win or lose right here, bro. Win or lose. But again, if you catch a winner, man, I've seen things, guys, go. There's just this cycle alone, man. Honestly, for the people that are not involved in cryptocurrency, and I've been involved in this space for 10 years, dude, this is the best time to be involved in cryptocurrency. This cycle, which I believe is just getting started, in my opinion, has already been the best cycle to make money. Like Book of Memecoin literally went from 0 to $1.5 billion in 24 hours. If you were able to get in on a coin like that, you could put $10 in there and you could make millions of dollars. That's unheard of. That doesn't really happen in the stock market like that. That's something that only really happens in cryptocurrency, right? But you always have that opportunity of, hey, maybe you'll get in on a coin and maybe you'll be super early on it and maybe you'll see a big pump. But the only way to do that is you got to be involved in the tiny market cap coins, the meme market. That's what everybody likes. That's what's really trending right now. I know to the old heads, to the people that have been in the space for a long time. Like, again, I've been in the space, guys, for 10 years. I remember when Binance coin was $1. Like, I remember when Binance launched a coin. I remember when Uniswap launched. I remember when Binance created a smart chain. Like some of you guys have been following even for that long. You guys have all seen the developments that have gone on in cryptocurrency, even just this season with Solana, with what's going on with Solana and all the money that's going on and going into Solana right now. It's amazing, dude. Like it is amazing. It's an amazing time to be in cryptocurrency. And in my opinion, guys, it's the best time in history so far. The best time in history to get involved. So if you're just catching this video and you catching Bitcoin at 79,000 or 69,000 and you're feeling like you missed out, you didn't miss out. You really didn't miss out. But the money is not going to, the most money, the most potential gains are not going to be made on things like Coinbase, guys. They're not. I hate to break it to you. You can sometimes get some coins that are already listed on big exchanges that are going to see like some pretty big gains. Like maybe you can see like 70-80% gains off of a coin that's already listed on an exchange in a short term. I'm saying like, I'm not like a lot of times exchanges look for coins that have a lot of volume, right? So the coin has to have an audit, it has to be vetted, and it has to have volume. So that's what exchanges look for. That's why we look for coins that have volume before the exchanges find them. Does that make sense? Like the meme coin market, you're trying to find coins that have volume before the exchange finds them, or before they get listed on exchanges. Because once they get listed on exchanges, then even the exchange is going to buy in, guys. Even the exchange is going to put money in, and because they want to have liquidity on their website, and so they're going to buy in, and you're going to see the price jump, and then you might see a price dip because usually people buy the news and then they'll sell after it lists. They'll usually sell. It's just kind of how the mentality just kind of works in the market. Also, like the little what's it called, the pre-launches. I talk about pre-launches all the time that I don't like them because what happens in a pre-launch, the price, everybody that got in on the pre-launch, they're all excited, and the first thing that they want to do, you think, is going to be hold and wait for the moon. No, buddy, you're going to be holding, waiting for the moon. They're going to be selling, and then the price is going to need to go into price discovery mode downwards. It's going to go down, and then hopefully the smart traders will pick up the fact that a lot of people are looking at this coin, even though it's for a negative reason, and they might want to buy the dip on it. The smart traders look for cheaper prices. And the inexperienced traders look for fast money. They look for they think with greed, right? We try to get you guys to be the opposite. I try to teach you guys trade psychology so you don't fall into a lot of the noob tricks and a lot of the noob habits that are going to get you wrecked over and over. And they're things that honestly we all do, guys. Even I find myself sometimes doing things that I tell myself do not do, and I already know from being in the game for so long. Everybody does it, guys. It's a part of the way that we think, and that's why we have to regulate our greed in the market. And we have to understand that, okay, it's better to be conservative in the cryptocurrency space because this is a volatile space than to just be so greedy and just to want to yeet my entire savings into this, because again, it can go down and it can go down in a big way. And even, guys, I'm looking at Bitcoin right now and I'm thinking Bitcoin can possibly go down significantly too. Like, I'm thinking Bitcoin can go down to like 50K. And what's going to happen if Bitcoin drops down to like 50K is that the market's going to be a freaking bloodbath. There's going to be, everybody's going to be selling all their other coins, and the smaller the market cap, the bigger the impact. It's like a trickle effect going down. So Bitcoin goes down, then Ethereum starts going down, and then the losses are just get bigger and bigger as you scroll down the chart. So that's kind of what I expect. But again, guys, I could be totally wrong, right? The market's unpredictable, and the market could totally take off, totally going against everything that is it's technically saying, based off of technical analysis. It could go totally against that, right? Everything is pointing down. And again, that's why I said the trend is your friend, because people are trading right now, right? There's live people trading like myself. All these people, we're trading live. We're in and out of trades, in and out of trades, in and out of trades. And we're looking for good entry points, and we're looking for exits also. So again, that's why the market goes like this. It's because there's people that trade on smaller time frames than you. So if you want to be up on kind of what's going on with the trend, you need to be looking more macro if you're long on the project. And if you're, again, scalping, or if you are just swing trading, you need to be looking on a smaller time frame. Like, if I'm just looking to get in and out of some little small market cap coins, I should be trading on like maybe even as small as a 15-minute time frame if I'm just scalping. If I'm going to be swing trading, that means, maybe I think that Bitcoin is going to drop down significantly, but I don't know when it's going to happen, right? But I think it's going to happen maybe within the next 4 hours. Well, then I could do that. I could trade on a 4-hour time interval, and I could set my stop loss, and I could set my take profit. And if it meets either one of those lines, I'm either gonna make money, or I'm gonna liquidate out of my trade. I can always close out my position though. If you're trading like in the swing trade or something like that, you can always close out your positions. You don't feel like, I already set my bet, and it's already like is what it is. Like, you can always take profit at any time, and you could close out your stop and close out your positions and stuff like that. So just recognize that too, that people are making money on the way down, guys. And a lot of people have been making money on the way down. A lot of people, even that have been following my channel, have been making money on the way down, because I was talking about the fact that we were overbought last month. In February, we were overbought. We talked about the rising wedge that formed. We talked about the fact that Bitcoin hitting 74,000 was not as good as people think, because it happened a little too fast. We don't want the price to go up too fast, because then we don't create enough levels of support. And just as fast as it goes up, guys, and all these coins, that's how fast it could come piling down. And that goes for meme coins, that goes for Bitcoin, that goes for everything. So again, the fact that Bitcoin is up was up 50% last month, and we're going into the halving, it's a clear no-brainer in my opinion that a lot of people are going to be short on the market, and a lot of people are going to be placing bets against the market. So again, that's why I always look at the 1 month, and I always look at the 1 year, because it tells me a different story, right? It's going to tell me a different story than just the 1 day. Like, maybe people will think that like Bitcoin is going to make a little jump up today, and so they want to get in and out, right? They'll think like, okay, maybe Bitcoin drops down to 60,000, and I do think it'll go down a little more, but I feel like it'll go to 60,000. I feel like it'll jump up again. Like, I talked about the fact that, right, we're going to create a head and shoulders here, right? Like we did right here, this shoulder, head, shoulder that dropped down. This is a shoulder here, a head, and a shoulder here. But when we broke down off of this trend, I was saying there's a chance that we could jump up one more time, but if we don't break out, then it's going to come back down. And so maybe down here, I might want to be long on the market, but I ultimately want to have some kind of a stop loss because maybe I want to take profit here and I want to change my position that I feel like this is going to keep going down. And that's something that maybe something that might work for you. But again, always want to look macro when you're looking at these charts, because if you don't, you could be in the middle of what it can be a bear trend on a more macro scale. But because you are so caught up looking at this little tiny 1 day chart, right? You're not looking macro to see what's happening, right? This guy gave his technical analysis based off of a macro of Ethereum. This was probably the 1 week chart at least. No, it looks like he's looking at the month chart. So he's looking at the 1 month chart. And that's the chart that I like looking at. My favorite charts to look at, I always have to look at the 1 year chart. I look at the 1 month chart, the 7 day chart. This is my money right here. This is my money right here, bro. And also the 4 hour chart. I like the 4 hour chart. And then when I'm swing trading, I'm usually looking at the 4 hour chart also, and I'm looking at the 2 hour chart. And I don't really use the 1 hour chart too much, but sometimes if I'm going to be scalping, then I'll be trading on like a smaller chart, like on like a 30-minute chart or like a 15-minute chart. And the reason why I don't like to go any smaller than that is because if I'm sitting on a 5-minute chart or a 1 minute chart, which you could be on a 5-second chart if you want to. But if you're going to be sitting on a 5-second chart, I bet you anything, you're going to not get your butt out that chair. You can be sitting right there, staring at that dang on chart, looking at every single candle close, trying to make sure that the price is not going to go down, when really you could look at a much more macro chart and kind of see what the probability is of that actually playing out if you're looking at a small chart. If that makes sense to you guys. But again, those are things that I'm always looking at and I'm always paying attention to when I'm doing that, when I'm looking at this technical analysis, guys. And if you guys like this technical analysis, this kind of stuff, make sure that you're following me on YouTube, guys. I do this types of TA every single day, so make sure you're tapped in. We definitely are going to be talking a lot about Bitcoin, but again, we're going to be talking about a lot of other smaller coins, and that's why I wanted to go live today. My first day going live again with StreamYard, just to explain to you guys how to buy, because we're going to start doing these streams every Tuesday and Thursday, and I want you guys to be able to keep up and be able to really know what's going on with cryptocurrency. Otherwise, you're just going to end up like one of these people that gets wrecked by Bitcoin. There's people that really don't know what the price of Bitcoin is. If you ask them what the price of Bitcoin is, they'll tell you like $5,000, like $100. They don't know that Bitcoin right now is sitting at like $69,000. And, maybe it does retrace back to 50K. Maybe it goes lower, honestly. Who knows, right? But if it does, it's nothing but a golden opportunity, in my opinion, to create a story for yourself and to be able to own some Bitcoin, guys, because I have a funny feeling that maybe we'll play this live back one day, in a couple years, or maybe like 10, 15 years down the line. And we'll be like, dang, Crypto J was trying to tell us about Bitcoin at 69,000. I remember making videos, guys, when Bitcoin was at 3,000 and trying to talk to people about Bitcoin and trying to tell people in the space that things were turning around. And to me, it made a lot of sense with what was going on in the world during COVID and stuff like that. Like, why it made sense that I wanted to, not only was I all in on Bitcoin, and I was already trading Bitcoin even prior to even being on YouTube. Like, to me, I wanted to go out and get on YouTube because I created a skill, right? Because I already knew how to do this. I didn't want to just get out here and open my mouth to get famous. And it was never about getting famous. It was never about getting noticed or anything like that. It was about, if I have something to offer the world, then I want it to come from a genuine place. I want to be able to provide a lot of value, and I want to be able to do it for free. And so that was kind of my mentality. I felt like because I started seeing success with trading, that I wanted to get out there and start sharing my opinions and stuff like that. And honestly, guys, I think people should do that. It is what keeps the space good. I know that it's not a realistic expectation to tell everybody, hey guys, wait until you learn more about the space before you try to teach other people. And I see a lot of YouTubers, really dilute the space, and they don't know how to check a contract. They don't even know what an audit is. They have gotten rug pulled so many times, and they have really not really even made any money in cryptocurrency, but they get on here and they decide to talk about it. And I just never really wanted to come from that kind of place. I always wanted to come from a place of I wanted to be genuine, and I wanted to again create content that appeals to people that just wanted to get started, or maybe somebody that, you know, just felt like they never really had a good hand, but they see opportunity in making money in trading. Because again, guys, once you learn how to trade, it's going to change your life. It's going to change everything. And the way that you look at the whole world, the way that you look at a dollar, everything. Because once you see that it's possible, once you enter a trade and you start making money, you're going to get bit by the bug. And some of y'all have already been bit by the bug. You already know what I'm talking about, bro. That bug, once it bites you, you will not stop looking at Bitcoin. You will not. You will not stop looking at cryptocurrency. You'll always have your eye on the market, even during the bear cycle, especially once you've seen a couple of these cycles go. Like, some of you guys are kind of getting in tune with the cycle of the way that cryptocurrency goes, and you're not even that into the space, but you're noticing, you're like, dang, like, I'm starting to see people are talking about Bitcoin again, but it's not yet in the news. But it kind of was like that last year, right? Like, it has, because Bitcoin has a cycle, guys. Like, the insiders know, like, we know, like, the people that are really the nerds that are just on here nerding out every day, we know what's going on with the market. Retail don't know what's going on with the market yet, right? Retail doesn't know until the media gets involved. Once the media gets involved, then retail is going to be like getting involved. But first, what's going to happen is the nerds are going to know, and then, like, maybe the other people might start noticing, because people are going to start noticing that these people are making money, and they're going to be like, these people are making money over here. And then they're going to get involved, and then some more people are going to get involved. And then again, it's going to hit the news. And then that's when we say retail has entered the chat. And that's when we start taking profit. That's when we start leaving the chat. And again, I know that's a very weird, not popular mentality to have. But again, being a successful trader, in my opinion, it kind of goes against everything. Like, right, we're talking about trade psychology right now. We're talking about, like, you gotta, when they're greedy, that's the time to be, like, fearful. That's the time to be like, okay, this price is way overbought right now. Like, right, there's indicators that we can use that, again, I teach you guys how to use, that tell you when the price is overbought. And once the price gets to a certain level where it's just so overbought, that might be a good time to start taking out that short position and to start making some money on the way down, like with the smart traders, with the traders that are going with the trend, you know. But again, people that go with the trend, sometimes they get wrecked because they get pulled into traps, right? Like, the whales are the ones who really set the narrative. These guys are the ones that are getting involved in the market, and these guys are the ones that are pumping price. It's BlackRock. It's these big entities that are moving this market. So you have to recognize that and just understand that you're just a little fish just trying to make your way, and that these guys are whales, and that they move markets. And that if you can get involved when they're accumulating, or knowing what they're doing, like, you got to be up on the news and with what they're doing. Like, those are the people that I watch. Those I don't so much watch other YouTubers other than myself, because one, I don't feel like the space, I feel like the space is very diluted. There's a couple of YouTubers actually that I watch. I'm not going to discredit everybody. I like Chico Crypto. One day I want to collab with him. He was somebody that I watch when I was coming into the space, and before I was coming into the space, he's been in the space for a long time. I like, you know, I had my back and forth with Big Boy. He knows, we've talked before. Also, Cryptos R Us, I like him. George is awesome. I think he's very good. I love his consistency. That's something that I admire. That's something that I'm working on, is my own consistency. So seeing that guy just be so dedicated to the space, like, is very good. And that's what you want. You want to follow people that are educated, that know about the space, that can give you the news and stuff like that. So again, know that knowledge is power in this investing stuff, guys, and that you have to also invest in yourself, invest in your education. That is what is going to make you more money than investing in cryptocurrency. Man, if I could make that the main focus of this video, I would. That investing in yourself and learning this stuff will make you more money than in actually being in cryptocurrency, because you can take the skill and you could take it into Forex, you could take it into commodities, you could go take this into stocks, and you could take all these skills that you learned reading these charts and you can build on them. You can also go on other YouTubers that are only do technical analysis. Like there's some YouTubers, they only do news, right? Like I feel like Chico only does news, and Cryptos R Us, the ones that I kind of just named, they only do news. But you also want to be tuned in if you're just learning, if you want to learn how to trade, to people like myself who will break down the chart, because this is what you need to really know. Like it's cool to know the news. It's awesome. Like all these other people that talk about Shiba Inu every day, like you're popping all these people. And I'm not trying to talk crap on anybody in the space. I'm really not, because in my opinion, everybody's important to the space. We're all early in cryptocurrency. And the only way that we're going to succeed in this is by building each other up. It's going to even take the community, building up YouTubers and stuff like that in order for the space to succeed. So I'm not trying to down those people, but just recognize that a lot of those people talk about is just news. They're just talking about news, which is great. But again, guys, when the trend is in a bear, it's looking down. Like when the trend is indicating that we could see some sell-off, news is great because, I always want to know when the coin burn's going to be. But again, when I also want to know when the bloodbath's going to be with Bitcoin, right? Like right now, I feel like Bitcoin, is in the middle of a bloodbath. So apparently our Instagram stream just stopped because we just hit an hour. But in order to do that, I need to know what's going on long term, and I need to be able to read this chart. So reading this chart is going to save you a lot of time. It's going to save you a lot of need to go and watch the news, because a lot of the time you can use indicators, trade indicators and stuff like that. The more volatile the coin is, the less you're going to be able to use these indicators, because again, if your coin only has $50,000 in it, indicators are not going to help you very much. They're not, because if everybody decides that they want to panic sell, you ain't going to have time to sit and look at your indicators. But with something like Bitcoin that is a $1.3 trillion asset, indicators tend to work. And that's why when I say, Bitcoin's looking a little, I tend to usually be right more times than not. Again, I'm not going to be right 100% of the time, and never, ever follow anybody that will tell you that they're right 100% of the time. Please, guys, do not follow somebody that says that they're going to be right 100% of the time. Trading involves wins and losses. Like I said in the beginning of the video, it's all about wins and losses. It's about regulating your greed. It's about psychology. It's an inner journey, guys. It really is. A lot of trading is about understanding patience, understanding greed, and those are things that involve understanding yourself. So again, take the time, invest in yourself, invest in things that will teach you patience, invest in things that will teach you how to not be greedy, right? And just practice those things. Practice taking profit. Like if you're in on a coin and that coin goes up like 400%, take your initial investment at least off the table. At least take what you put in off there. Again, I'm not your financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do, but I'll tell you this. It feels good to put that money back in your pocket and to see something pay you off. That feels good. You know what doesn't feel good? When you're too dang greedy and you watch a coin go from the sky to the floor, and it's your own fault. And some of you guys don't even take responsibility. You don't take accountability. And honestly, that's not helping you either. It's not helping you grow as a trader. It doesn't help you to get mad at me. It really doesn't. Like, I'm not here telling you again anything to buy. I'm just trying to help you guys understand these charts, and you can't get frustrated. You can't get frustrated with your losses. And some of you guys have been traumatized from last season, from last cycle, because it was your first market cycle. It was your first time really going through a market cycle, and that blow off top caught you by surprise, caught you with your pants down. Some of you guys were so dang on greedy that you don't even want to recognize it. And you know what? I'm glad that a lot of those people that were so dang on greedy got off my channel and they stopped following me. I'm glad about it, because those people were not built for this market, guys. You have to understand, not everybody's going to be built for this market. It takes discipline and it takes time. And the best way to be disciplined, again, the best way that people have been disciplined with Bitcoin is just buying it over time. If you have just been patient and accumulating an asset like Bitcoin, it's tend to have paid off. But there's people that literally sold Bitcoin at 5 cents. There's people that sold all the way down here. There's people that sold right here, right? They didn't have no exit strategy. They didn't have nothing. They just sold. And you know what? They sold a $6 Bitcoin. Sucks for them, right? But again, it's up to you what you value Bitcoin at, have a valuation for Bitcoin, have a valuation for all your coins, even if it's just an estimate. That's all it's going to be at the end of the day, is a guess how high you think that this coin is going to be. So again, if you think that the coin's going to go all the way up to 200,000, then be like, okay, I think this coin's going to go up to 200,000, but I think it's going to have some corrections between then. Maybe I might want to take my initial investment off the table on the way up, and then let my profits ride. That's called, when you keep a little bit of profits in a coin that just runs up, that's called a moon bag. So if I keep a little bit of my coins in something that's at like a $50,000 market cap, let's say it goes to like 75,000, I take my initial out, I keep that 25% gain in there, and that thing runs up to $1 billion. Guess what? That little bit of money just turned into a lot of bit of money, and that's the benefit of having that moon bag. And that's why I said sometimes it's not a bad idea to, in my opinion, what I like to do is to get in early on a lot of these little projects that might be like under 100,000 market cap, and put like $10 in them. Like literally, like no money, like as much money as I would like put in my gas tank, or like whatever, however, you know, like whatever makes you comfortable with losing that money, like as much money as you would put on a burger or something. If that is your thing, like, you know what, this will be my iced coffee. I'm trying to quit coffee. I'd rather put this $5 into the market. You know, I have a habit of spending $5 on coffee every day. Instead of spending $5 on coffee every day, and you know, 7 days in a week, that's like $35 right there. Why don't I take that $35 and I'm gonna put that $35 this week in a poo coin and see what happens? You know, that's kind of how I would treat it. I wouldn't treat it like this poo coin is going to be my bank account, let me put all my money in here. That's a very irresponsible way of thinking, and that's a good way to get absolutely wrecked. So again, not financial advice. I can't tell you what to do with your money. Whatever you decide to do with your money, you're doing that as an adult with your money, and you're doing it based off of your own research. And again, I already told you guys that you always need to do your research. I even told you in this video how to do it. I told you how to do your research. I told you to go to look at the socials. I told you how to look at audits. So save this video, guys. Go replay this video if you need to. Listen to it again. I'm going to be going live again on Thursday. I'm also going to be coming out with some more videos today. So keep an eye out on those videos. I'm going to be looking for those coins that are going to make that next 100x, 1000x, in my opinion, gains. And guys, I've been doing this a while. I have a good track record. So I promise you guys that you are looking at the best in the space. I took a little break, guys, but I'm back at it like a knack addict. I'm not going to say that because I don't condone drugs. But anyway, guys, don't do drugs. Stay in school. Stay trading. America. Cutting the video here. Catch you in the next stream. Peace.